Hello internet, hello friends, it's Kaz. Welcome to a video dedicated to the best PC game releases for this month of February 2025. You know, every month I offer you a list of the best upcoming PC games for the coming month. So February 2025 is a month with not necessarily many of releases, but a few very big, very heavy titles that will undoubtedly mark the entire year 2025. So you will find the games I will present to you in the description. I'll provide a chaptering, and of course for each game I'll include a link to the Instant Gaming partner where you'll find all these games. And that's worth it. Feel free to tell me in the comments what is your the game or games you are most looking forward to in 2025, which games you're going to play, or those you are not going to play because you think that it won't be amazing. In any case, I would be very curious to get your feedback on the upcoming games. Know that some of these upcoming new games, I will present them to you in a gameplay discovery on my secondary channel, Castlevania Gameplay. I strongly encourage you to subscribe. It's free and you can follow let's plays on games that have just been released. So this will allow you to form an initial opinion on certain games before taking out your credit card. Why not buy them and have some fun? Alright friends, without further ado, here are the big releases for the month of February 2025, and we'll start on the 4th of February with the release of the highly anticipated Kingdom Hearts. Yes, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is undoubtedly the most anticipated game of this month. The month of February 2025, it's the sequel to the realistic medieval RPG Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, in which you still play as the young Henry, a young blacksmith who evolves in the 15th century Bohemia, who evolves through wars between countries, between factions, between clans, and who basically tries to earn his place as a knight to be able to arm himself and avenge his parents and his family, and who will experience many adventures. It's quite a realistic game, meaning it's a game where you will learn to fight, a game where you will talk a lot, walk around, discover countries, discover villages, talk with people. It's a real RPG with plenty of tasks to accomplish, plenty of side experiences. In short, I would be delighted to introduce it to you. On February 6th, we completely changed the atmosphere with the release of Ambulance Life. As its name suggests, it is a game in which you will play an ambulance driver, or a paramedic as they say in some countries. It's a simulator, of which there are tons. These kinds of pseudo-realistic simulation games, I really like them. They relax me, they change things up for me a bit. And why not also make a video of this one? In this Ambulance Life, you are a paramedic. You will drive through the city and you rush headlong to save people in accidents, whether road accidents, domestic ones, and so on. So you'll need to manage all the stress, handle all the emergencies to save as many lives as possible. On February 6th, Swan will be released. Swan I presented to you in a discovery gameplay phase as a demo. Swan is an action RPG that will transport you to a rather dark, fantastic universe. And it's a game that reminds me, in terms of its gameplay, of a game like Hades. There is this somewhat Hades-like aspect, but in a world that incorporates mythology, medieval mythology, the Knights of the Round Table. And it's a game with a very roguelike aspect, quite punishing, in which we will die a lot. So you can play with friends, and that's really great. I really like the graphic style, I really enjoyed the gameplay discovery I did, and of course I strongly recommend it to you. It will be released on the 6th of February. On the 11th of February, watch out for a big release. Civilization 7, yes, Civilization 7. We are at Civilization number 7, an absolutely amazing franchise that's been around for about 30 years. You all know, a turn-based strategy game, 4X, where you manage a faction, a nation, a dynasty, in short, that you will start to manage from the Stone Age to space conquest on a constantly evolving world, or the other countries will also try to expand. So there's war, diplomacy. In short, I won't paint the picture for you. You will manage the economy, diplomacy, the happiness of your citizens, troop training, and so on. So the question we ask is that, what will be the big new thing between Civilization 6 and Civilization 7? It's like we reach a kind of green ceiling where the latest civilizations start to look similar, graphically similar in gameplay. Will there be evolutions, module developments, new features and new gameplay mechanics? Normally yes, but will it be enough? We'll see. The answer therefore we will see with Civilization 7, which can be played, as you know, solo but also in multi. On February 14th for Valentine's Day, friends, Tomb Raider 4, 5, 6 Remastered will be released. These are simply, as you understood, remastered versions of a collection of Tomb Raider games with, of course, the heroine Lara Croft that you all know. So versions 1 to 3 have already been released remastered, and now we're reaching versions 4, 5, 6, which are the games known as The Last Revelation Chronicles and The Angel of Darkness. So those are Tomb Raiders I haven't played, while I do remember 1, 2, 3. I played them on PC back in the day. It was quite something. And now you have the remastered versions 4, 5, 6, so maybe it's for players who like retro gaming. Even if it's a remaster, it's maybe also for those nostalgic for the genre. Tomb Raider 4, 5, 6 will be released on February 14th. On February 14th, The Legend of Heroes Trail through Shipwreck 2 will also be released. Yes, it's a very, very long name for presenting a JRPG. So it's a title, a series, sorry, The Legend of Heroes that you might know. I didn't know this one. Anyway, it's a JRPG with battles. We play in turns with rather endearing characters, with a main and epic adventures that mixes politics, magic and also side quests. We are in the purest tradition of JRPGs. I don't know it. I might wait a bit to see the feedback before. Not try it on February 18th. Lost Records will be released. It's a narrative game that will immerse the player in a mysterious investigation that involves exploration, puzzle solving, and especially what I really like is the artistic direction that seems really unique, really nice, and a soundtrack immersive. So it's a title that will offer you a captivating solo experience. It's coming out on the 18th of February. It's a game. Why not give it a try? February 18th, big release, friends. Avowed will be released. So Avowed, you need to know how to say it, pronounce it in English. It's a complicated word after all. It's still a new game from Obsidian Entertainment. They're not just anybody. They did release The Outer Worlds. They did release Pillars of Eternity. They did release Pathfinder, Tyranny, Neverwinter 2, or even Fallout New Vegas, to name just their biggest titles. So really a very big studio releasing a game called Avowed, which is a first-person view RPG. It's a bit, if you will, like their Skyrim, a bit like their Oblivion, a bit like their Elder Scrolls. They're going to release Avowed. It's a game that offers you to evolve in a fantasy world that draws from the universe of Pirates of Eternity, one of their games, a more classic RPG that was just brilliant. So there you have a great number of freedoms in your choices, in your actions, in the construction of your character. You will really be able to experience the adventure as you wish. Anyway, I really can't wait to get my hands on this game. Could it become a kind of Skyrim? But the Obsidian version, we'll see anyway. It looks just magical. Released on February 18th, I have set an option on this title. February 20th, another fun game that's coming is Like a Dragon Parades Yakuza in Hawaii. You all know every year we have a new Like a Dragon, formerly the Yakuza series. Last year it was Like a Dragon Infinite Whales, which took place in Hawaii. And this time we have a kind of completely crazy spin-off where you will play as one of those Yakuza who becomes a pirate on the island of Hawaii. So it's a real, completely wild story where a Japanese Yakuza lost in Hawaii becomes a crazy shield by taking a hit on the head, to put it simply, and he thinks he's a pirate. Nice. It always mixes humor, it always mixes funny fights with lots of mini games. It's an adventure that I imagine will once again be unforgettable. If you don't know the Yakuza or Like a Dragon franchise, honestly, go for it if you like RPGs, if you like the sambo humor side, if you also like everything that is side quests, side stories, side adventures. This is really a series that offers a ton of side activities that are just as funny and completely wacky. I also put an option on this game on the 20th of February. The King of Fighters 13 global match will be released. We are looking at an improved version of a classic versus fighting game. While I know Street Fighter, for example, I was not familiar with the King of Fighters, and well, being bad at this type of game, I will not play. But in any case, it releases on the 20th of February. We are promised an optimized netcode new modes of online play to really offer a refined competitive experience. That's the term used, a refined competitive experience. Saint-Quentin. So if you're looking for a versus game with great potential and especially technically flawless for versus fighting and competitive play, the King of Fighters 13 global match is released on February 20th. On February 28th, Monster Hunter Wilds is released. Be ready for a big release there too, my friends. Monster Hunters will be released at the end of February. You are of course familiar with the Monster Hunters franchise. We are talking about a game that mixes action RPG, a game in which you will go hunting monsters, solo but also in cooperative mode. That's what makes the game strong, and it's a game that also has a light MMORPG aspect where there aren't necessarily thousands of players you can play with. You're rather in lobbies where you can group up with other players, but there are hundreds of hours of gameplay ahead of you, thousands of hours of gameplay ahead of you. You will have to farm your resources to craft increasingly powerful armor, become stronger and stronger, and hit increasingly tough monsters. From this month of February, so on the 28th, and we finish on February 28th as well with the release of PGA Tour 2K25. Simply PGA Tour 2025 for golf enthusiasts. We are on the new license of PGA Tour games in which you will be able to do golf, a golf simulation. It's a game that is really oriented towards simulation and realism, so why not? The link is in the description. We see the friends who conclude this February 2025 with the most anticipated games, the strongest new releases of the year 2020. I am of course putting the links in the description to find these games on sale through the partner Instant Gaming. Tell me what you think. Tell me which games you are most looking forward to. For me, there's still Avowed that talks well, it seems pretty crazy, and Kingdom Come Deliverance too. I also invite you to join the secondary channel where you will surely find gameplay of one of these games. See you very soon. Thank you for your thumbs up, sharing, subscription. It was Kaz, close to you, and see you next time.